I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? It is okay to be white.
No, that's not okay. It's terrible to be white. No,
y'all got too much. Yeah, y'all got too much.
Want to be white? That's awful.
No.
Okay, so why is that? Why is it not okay to be white?
Y'all have the race as a people. Y'all have done too much. I would rather
people.
Yeah, as a whole.
And it's a group of people.
Too much good or too much bad?
Too much bad.
The majority is not.
Is like bottom of the barrel, really.
Really.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kelly. We're back with another video. If you guys are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, guys. If you like true crime, politics, a little bit of everything, we get into it on this channel. And if you're returning to this channel as a listener or subscriber, thank you so much for being a friend, guys. I appreciate everyone who's watching this video. I thank you all in advance, and please interact with the video. It helps me out sometimes. I don't know, when YouTube feels like throwing me a bone. But I would really appreciate it, guys, and I really do enjoy whenever you guys comment. I love to see what y'all think, so let's interact, guys. That's what social media is for, right? So we're going to get into this story today, and I wanted to talk about this topic because, you know, I've talked about it before on my channel, and people tiptoe around this. People like to pretend like this isn't, you know, allowed to be talked about, or this isn't a thing that's actually happening. But in order to really be fair, and in order to just say what's really, you know, what's really on my mind as a white person, and seeing things like this, it's not good for anybody. I mean, the cold hard facts of it is that we live in a majority white country, and we're seeing groups of people, minorities, openly hating white people for no other reason than they've been propagandized in order to do so. And it's proving to have catastrophic consequences. And not only is it going to manifest in the way of violent crimes against individuals, but it's tearing at the fabric of our society, because we cannot live in solidarity with everyone when you have this sort of resentment building, you have this sort of tension building between people. And I really do, I hate this topic just as much as anybody else, but I wanted to specifically talk about this boy's story because it really hasn't been getting enough media attention, and I think it's horrific what happened to him. So we're going to get into the story of Jonathan Lewis today, guys, and let's see what happened at the hands of this group of animals. Okay, guys, let's get into the video. I don't know if they're going to show the actual video of the fight that broke out. I'm just going to warn you guys now that I will be showing the video. So, warning in advance. But in this circumstance, I think it's important because this is a question not only of morality, but this is a question of young people, teenagers. Very, very young kids who, it would appear, have absolutely no conscience in their bodies. They have no sympathy, empathy, or love, kindness, or regular human emotions present within themselves. I mean, it's a chilling fact, and it's really demonstrated in this story here. So this is Jonathan Lewis. Let's watch this video about him and what happened to him.
Beyond shocking, it's appalling, Rahel. They're saying that there is video out there that they've been able to see that was posted on social media of these 8 teenagers ganging up and beating 17-year-old Jonathan Lewis. They're saying he's punched, he's being stomped on, he's kicked, he's punched. They're saying that he's on the ground not defending himself, and then he becomes unconscious after that. Now, this happened on November 1st. The coroner's office saying that Jonathan Lewis died of blunt force trauma. This was right near Rancho High School, and they do believe that all of the assailants here were students or are students at that high school. There are 2 more suspects that are yet to be identified at this point. Now, they say there's no evidence of it being a hate crime, but they say that this was all an issue about some stolen wireless headphones and a stolen vape pen incidents that happened earlier in the week that they think triggered this. A citizen actually saw Jonathan Lewis there in the alley, went to him, carried him back to the high school when they called 911. He was in the hospital, but then died 6 days later. So obviously a massive tragedy to hear this happening, also knowing that they're still looking for 2 more people, 2 more of these teens who they see in the video but have yet to identify, and they're asking the public's help identifying who these people are. But unbelievable to see that a 17-year-old killed in this manner or hell.
It's unbelievable for his family. Stephanie, have we heard from the victim's family here?
Yes, we did hear from Jonathan Lewis's father, who called him a hero and said that he was such a caring young man. In fact, let's listen to his father in his own words.
Just an incredible young man who just loved life and
I can't.
loved his family.
I don't know how he can hold it together.
Yeah, and he said that he was protective and that he was actually a hero because he was looking out for one of his smaller friends who the father says was being bullied and had things stolen from him. And so Jonathan was stepping in, according to his dad, to help that smaller friend.
So if it wasn't a hate crime, then why did so many people feel the need to kick and stomp this poor innocent 17-year-old until he quite literally had blunt force trauma so severe to his head that he died? I mean, people have a warped perception of what a hate crime is and what makes a hate crime these days because they think that it can only happen to certain groups of people, right? And that's where shit has gotten so messed up, okay? And it's just, you really have to be paying close attention to see what it is that's going on here. Otherwise, you might end up people like Bill Maher and Sharon Osbourne, who we'll watch a clip of in a second too. Those 2 absolute utter idiots, and other leftist liberals just like them who seem to want to applaud and cheer on their domination, seem to want to denigrate themselves and other white people so badly as to say that it's good for white people to be taken over in their own countries. It's good for there to be less white people in countries. I mean, is that not like racist? Is that not like quite literally ethnic cleansing? I mean, people throw out these words all the time but don't even know what the fuck they mean. They don't know, they cannot recognize these things when it's right in their face. When people are spewing these ideas right in their face. But to say that it's not happening, to say that people aren't openly saying these hateful things about whites in general, I just implore you to pay more attention, because if it was any other group, that people consider to be marginalized, quote unquote, and I hate that word, I would never say that like white people are being marginalized. No, it's just we're being hated, quite literally. And I mean, this makes me like, and I've expressed this before, this makes me really sad because it's like, I actually love people of all races. Like, I mean, I grew up in, like, I had such a diverse group of friends in high school growing up. I was more liberal whenever I was in high school, just like anybody else was, like I had totally different ideas. And so I was very much colorblind, and I really hung out with like a more ethnic group of people. Like, I mean, I was very much embedded into like that type of culture. And that's who the people I hung out with. And that's perfectly fine. That's the way that it should be. That period of growing up was idyllic in a lot of ways because we got to experience a special time in history where people kind of had forgotten and had actually learned to live in harmony and not, constantly try to point out each other's differences. And this was right before, you know, the explosion of social media. So really I had it very good in that regard, because I think that's what ultimately has ruined everyone. But I'm gonna go ahead and right now, guys, and just let y'all know we're about to watch the video. So if you don't want to see the video, it's a very blurry video. You cannot really make out anything too crazy. You're not going to see blood or anything, but it is graphic. It's horrifying to know that you're watching a group of, like I said, you know, 10 to 15 is the number I heard, animals, absolute disgusting pieces of shit, actively kill a person, okay? You're not going to see anything crazy, but I'm just saying, warning, if you don't want to see this, just fast forward a little bit. But we're going to watch the video of Jonathan Lewis getting attacked by these monsters. So this is him right here. And I don't know who this hoodlum is. He also looks white. So granted, you know, they had a little bit of diversity within their ranks. I guess we can applaud them for that, right? Because diversity is totally our greatest strength, right? Yeah, no. I mean, in what world do you need to all jump on one person? Cowards. Cowards. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. And look at this. Somebody posted this to their Snapchat. I hadn't even seen that whole video. That was very hard to watch. So, I mean, this sort of thing in any society is, to anybody, I don't care who it is or what they did. This is so low in terms of like human behavior. This is like the lowest you can go, okay? Participating in something like this shows a lack of humanity. It shows a lack of understanding of I mean, basic kindness, basic like decency. It's just, I mean, it's just hard to find words to put into it, because I just can't even believe it. And at one point he was able to get away from the beatdown that he was getting by that massive group of people, and they still pursued him after all piling on him. I mean, just like, what kind of cowardice do you have to have in your body to not be able to fight somebody one-on-one? To not be able to take your grievances. If you're boys, I understand boys are going to get into tussles, whatever. Like, why is it that certain groups can only fight in like packs? They're literally animals. I mean, why is that ever okay? If you cannot face somebody one-to-one in a conflict, then you shouldn't be even letting your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash, because this is just pure evil. This is, I mean, it's an abomination. I don't know what these parents did or didn't do when raising these beasts, but I hope they're all really taking a good hard look in the mirror at themselves, knowing that their children could participate in a crime like this, because this is absolutely horrific to see. So that was Jonathan Lewis trying to help his friend get back some AirPods, is the story that we're hearing now. I mean, obviously that could change, but this was the last thing that he had to he had to be put through. He had to suffer through because he showed a little bit of bravery and tried to show a little bit of honor. And in return, he gets murdered. So it's disgusting. And, you know, let's listen to a little bit of what the police had to say, because they did make 8 arrests and supposedly are still looking for 2 more. But I really didn't agree with a lot of some of the statement that was made in regards to it not being a hate crime and all of this. I think it's just, when you have that many people that are, for the most part, all one race.
This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
And this is not your time to talk. Thank you. When you have a group that big that are mostly homogenous, okay, all ganging up on a person of an opposite or different race or identity, in what other worlds that we live in right now, this clown world that we're living in, would you find that? And if the roles were reversed, if the races were switched, you wouldn't be able to stop hearing about this story. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about. This is what we're being actively put through. And it is to degrade us. It is to dehumanize us. It is to strip away our sense of hope and our sense of faith in, like, justice in this country, and our ability to actually be able to overcome this, because they are demoralizing people with this type of propaganda and bullshit. It absolutely is a hate crime. I mean, tell me how it's not, please, in the comments. Let me know.
We have some breaking news as we are learning more from a Metro press conference about the beating death of a 17-year-old Rancho High School student. Metro Police said that 8 of the 10 juveniles suspected in the beating death have been arrested and are facing charges related to the homicide. Police also were asked if this is a hate crime.
Right now, I have no evidence at all that this is a hate crime. It is a murder, which in my opinion is a very heinous crime in and of itself, but I do not have evidence of a hate crime.
For more updates, go to reviewjournal.com. For the Las Vegas Review-Journal, I'm James Schaefer.
I would refer you to the evidence that I just laid out for you, sir, because if this was a group of 8 white teenagers all beating up and stomping on a black teenager, even if there was no quote-unquote evidence of hate crime, you would be charging it as such. So you can keep your bullshit, please, because we don't want it over here.
And this should be a reminder to all of us to have those difficult conversations with our children and remind them that their actions have consequences. Their actions have lasting consequences. Their actions have life-altering consequences.
And I don't know what are y'all going through out there in Las Vegas? Are y'all okay? I mean, what the fuck is going on with y'all's 14 to 18-year-old young people out there? I mean, first there was the 2 guys who ran over the 65-year-old man on the bike, and we're seeing just the other week laughing about it in court. I mean, no remorse, no feelings whatsoever. What the hell is going on over there? That like age group has no empathy. They have no conscience. One of these sheriffs called it like a void of humanity. And that's the perfect terminology for it. It is an absolute void in the humanity of these individuals. And I would say that they have a complete and utter absence of humanity within them, because anybody that did have a shred of decency within their body would have spoken out against this. And I think I saw one guy trying to break it up, but that's not enough. In a group that big, doing something that heinous, if you have only one person speaking out against it, you're in trouble. And again, I cite the 2 criminals, the absolute degenerates who ran over the man on the bike as another example of Las Vegas. Y'all need to get y'all shit together, because I don't know what the hell y'all are doing with y'all's teenagers out there, but they are fucking wild, and y'all need to get them under control. Okay, I really am curious though. What do you guys think about the topic of anti-white crime being on the rise, or just anti-white sentiments being on the rise? I mean, do y'all think that's a thing? Do y'all think that it's okay to treat white people differently, whether or not you are white or not? because there's people within our own race group that hate us just as much as anyone else, you know. And I'm not saying this is all people. I mean, there's decent people in all walks of life, but I'm just saying that, like, there's just this growing sentiment of hatred towards white people because of the media and what we're being force-fed, okay? I mean, it's a powerful tool, and I hate it. I hate it so much, and it's really hard to level yourself, especially if you're only consuming, like, the trash that they put out there for you that they want you to consume. If you're not actively seeking out, like, in case you're not convinced that this is a growing sentiment, that this is a ongoing problem. Let's watch this clip of these two absolute and utter buffoons, okay? Bill Maher is just an insufferable dickhead, first of all. He's got so much Trump derangement syndrome that he's, like, clinically ill from that, okay? So, I don't know who labeled them Jew. I guess they're both Jewish, apparently, too. Whatever. Take with that what you will. But, yeah, like I said, it's across all spectrums. And the worst are the fellow white people, like these two fucktards that are so self-hating, and they think they're being, like, so cool about it. They think that they are the cool ones. They think that, you know, when they become the captives, you know, if a race war does ever happen, that they're going to be like, you know, oh, well, see, I was on your side. You know, like, they're going to pander to all of the people who would want to see white people rounded up, and they think they're going to be able to plead their way out of it. I got a newsflash for you. You're going to die too, okay? And not to say that that ever would happen, but I'm just saying, the most extreme of scenarios, you know, these two think that they're going to be, you know, allowed at the barbecue. No, you're fucking not.
In 1984, I remember walking around London, like, it was all white. It went from, in 50 years, it went from 86% white to 36% white. This is not a complaint. See, if we were conservatives, this would be like a lament. Great.
Oh, if we were conservatives, I mean, Bill Maher is just, I mean, somebody just put this old fucking cow out to pasture, because he's past his fucking due. I mean, just the worst of the worst of the panderers, the virtue signalers. He just thinks he is the coolest guy in the room when it comes to self-hating whites.
It's a fact. It's a fact, and it's a happy fact. We're living in the year when London is mostly people of color.
Yes, it
and
is. And now you go around there's no more fucking tea shops.
Right.
None of that.
Right.
It's Arabic restaurants.
Right.
It's Jamaican restaurants. Right. It's Chinese. It is a complete and utter melting pot, and it's great.
But if 51% of Israel became Arab, then you would have to become an apartheid state. Is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah, excuse me, what? It's so funny how these people just, I don't understand how liberals don't see themselves. How do they not hear themselves talk? It's truly an art that they have perfected. I mean, on one hand, he's saying how Western countries need to be diversified, and white people need to be pushed out of majority as far as population goes, because it's just so great, you know, diversity and all. I mean, please replace us. That's what he's saying. But when it comes to Israel, and if, you know, Arabs want to take over that Western country, not so fast, you little shithead. Go back to your desert, slur word, Muslim, whatever you want to say. That's what these people do, okay? It's absolutely sick, not only in the head, mentally, it's sick, you know, in every sense of the word. It's like, how can you not see your glaring hypocrisies when it comes to Israel and other Western countries? So Israel is allowed to have their majority population state, but nobody else is, you know. And let's not forget, pretty much every other country in the world, they're all allowed to have their nice homogenous states. China, Japan, you know, all of Africa, you know, like, and granted, there are people you know, of different races that live in all these countries, but they're very, very few and far between, especially in places like Asia, you know, specifically China, and Japan is super homogenous, but it's like, why are they allowed all of that? We're the only ones that aren't. And yeah, you gotta ask yourself, why?
Bill Maher says that London going from 86% white British to just 36% in a few decades is a happy fact.
In 50 years, it went from 86% white to 36% white. It's a fact, and it's a happy fact.
And it's great.
And it's great.
It's great. It's great. It's great.
The traditional things have gone.
And it's great. It's great. Remember, you have to say...
No, you don't have to like the change. Change is going to come.
Only in Western countries, though. Nobody else has to change.
You can move. You'll have to, maybe. You know?
You can move. Just leave. Get out. Take your family with you. Your traditions, your memories, your heritage. Take that lot, too.
You can move. Okay. Or how about they cannot move here to our countries, okay? I mean, just...
Remember, it's great, though. Don't forget to say it's great. Bill Maher and Sharon Osbourne are half Jewish, and while they firmly agree that the relentless pace of diversity in the United Kingdom has only been a force for good, when it comes to open borders for Israel, not so much. I thought it was great.
It's great.
Funny how that works, eh? Bill Maher says that London going from...
And you know, it's so true. Israel, they really just are the favorite child of the world, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how it is that the West just trips over themselves every chance they get to have our own citizens and country struggling and being made miserable by all of this third world populations being brought into our countries. But Israel, they can have whatever nice things they want to have over there. You know, we say things like, oh yeah, go ahead, level Gaza. Y'all go ahead and just do what y'all gotta do. Y'all take them out. Y'all take them out. Knowing full and well that whether or not you agree or disagree, you are calling for the killing of innocent civilians when you say something like that. And it's just, I mean, it's just, do people hear yourselves? I don't know. That whole conversation is really worth going and checking out the full context of it, because it reminded me of that, and I'm gonna show you guys that other one too, where like it was the white lady with the black lady, and she was just like, I mean, it was like a child suckling at the teat of their mother. The white lady was so in awe of a black woman speaking. It was embarrassing. I had I had to go hide from that video. I was so embarrassed for her. Okay, I mean, it's just, I don't understand this like desire for white people to speak out against white culture, white civilization so heavily. I mean, it's just, and it's dripping with like virtue signaling.
It's again displaying our own white supremacy, especially trying to slide into your DMs. Help me, fix me.
Oh, let me say something else. Let me say something else. Because again, I told you I'm an independent people's worker. I'm happy that your people want to give me their money and they want to support me. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Trust me. Thank you. But at the same time, when we start talking about intersectionality, which is white supremacy, which is gender, which is capitalism, Americans, white people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a check or you slide me something in Venmo that you're absolved and you can tell somebody, well, I gave Dr. Blay $100. I'm not racist. Dr. Blay is going to spend your $100 and still tell you that you're racist. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Stop it. Get some help.
And then, of course, we can't talk about anti-white hatred and racism towards whites, you know, and without mentioning our brothers, our, you know, biggest foes. If you let the American media tell you, blacks and whites, you know, we really hate each other. I mean, that's totally, completely false, as per evidenced by the decades and decades and decades of coexistence that has happened in this country since the beginning of the founding of the country. It's been a black and white country, so it's been majority white and minority black, and now blacks are getting overtaken by other minorities. But yet they still have, not all of them, actually I would say like the majority of blacks, I don't believe feel this way, but the militant, angry black people are out there, and this is how they're talking, okay?
Now, because when it's time, it's that hand. Because that time is coming, we have to rat-a-tat-tat. Yes. And when that time is coming and rat-a-tat-tat, Cracker will kill everything white in sight. They ain't right. Because all what you have done to us, all what you've done in the 6,000 year span of killing 600 million of us and 480 years in particular in the
source, bro? Source? Can I get a source, bro? What the fuck are you even, what are you talking about? 6,000 years, 600 million? Where'd you get those numbers? I need to see some data. I need to see some statistics on this, please. I don't believe you.
150 million in the past. This time the day is up.
What is this
voice? It's the state of the race of dress. Because they are a race.
Is this a white guy?
Hold on to power.
Excuse me, sir? Yeah, you, backwards cap guy? Hello? Can you please, can we get you out of here, please? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? I mean, just, I tell you what about these people, I cannot.
Because race has beginning and an ending. And your ending.
And you better be light-skinned because I don't even know what.
No good Peckerwood.
No. I think he is light-skinned.
No good Peckerwood. Rebirth of the black nation.
Yeah, he's black.
And the salvation of us.
I was about to fucking say how any white man would be able to sit here, and I don't know, there might be, I'm sure there is one in this group. In fact, this kind of looks like white people. How any self-respecting white person can sit up here and listen to this? I feel very sorry for you and your soul, because I don't, how do you find any sort of fulfillment? Like, you are just a lost person. You're a lost soul. I mean, I truly feel very bad for you if you're the type of person who hates yourself and your skin color, and you think that you are deserving of this sort of narrative and rhetoric directed at you. I mean, go to therapy. I don't know what can even help you at this point.
The hells of North America and throughout the African world of Pan-Africanism. This is the time when Malcolm talked about. A time that we put our difference to the side. Right. Yes. And when we come out with a united front. Yes. And our united front today is all the black, revolutionary, progressive, strong, uncompromising organizations here in the hells of North America that will give this cracker hell from the cradle to the grave.
Goddamn right. Oh my God. Not calling us crackers. Isn't that a racial slur? So we're just okay to use those now? Okay, whatever. So that's what they're out here doing, guys. That's what they're out here doing, right? And still don't believe me?
To hell with what National Geographic putting out. I'm telling you to your face here tonight, we gonna have to kill some little Penelopes and some little Robbies. You wanna be free, don't you? Yeah. Y'all bullshitting me. Now
are you not free?
Why we gotta kill them?
Kill them all. You don't want to be free sounding like that. Right. Do you want to be free? Yeah. Do you want to be free?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to be free?
Sir, you have a fucking microphone, and you're speaking to a group of people. Are you not free? Are you not free? Or what? What is going? The delusion. Yeah, I mean, it's mental illness, and it's delusion, and it's an empty mind and an empty soul, all combined into a satanic brew of pure idiocracy, low IQ bullshit rhetoric. You want to be free, don't you? Sir, you have a microphone. You're free, okay? You're very free.
Yeah! That's why I got to fight this cracker. Regardless of how you feel about me. regardless of how anybody in this damn world feels about me, I'm gonna fight this goddamn white man, whether you like it or not. I believe in the death and destruction of white people, each and every one of them. Don't give a damn if the little bastard just came out of his mama's womb 3 seconds ago.
Oh my God. Well, there's that.
If you were a good person with a conscience, if you had any social redeemability, you would recognize everything that you've done. You would not only give reparations, but then you would exterminate yourself after giving reparations so as to ensure that none of these problems continue to perpetuate over the thousands of years that they have since your devilish race was created.
Hello? Excuse me, ma'am. Go fuck yourself. And I rebuke everything you just said. You're calling for people to commit suicide, and, you know, whoa. Satan is in you, strongly. Please get away from me. The power of Christ compels you, okay? And take that wig off before you can speak to me, please, okay? Thanks. I'm starting to think that people just literally are just... I mean, it's got to be a disease. It's got to be like some sort of worm that people have gotten that some of us still have yet to get or to be infected with, because I have no other explanation for the insanity that comes from these ideologues. I don't know. So I'll show you guys one more thing, and then we'll get out of here. So this is South Africa. This says, if you want to understand where the West is headed, look to South Africa. South Africa is the template. What once used to be majority white just over a century ago is now 8% white. South Africa now have squatter camps for whites only. There are around 80 squatter camps in total. These are qualified whites, such as were carpenters and electricians, who until recently had good jobs, were integrated, but are openly told they won't be hired because they are white.
Her aid organization has come to the rescue of these newly demoted people. Not long ago, the 300 residents of this township were perfectly integrated into society. They were laborers, employees, and craftspeople.
I mean, what
you
the
ain't gonna
fuck?
believe it. I'm a qualified cabinet maker. And I went to a firm. Their words to me was, sorry, Mr. Kutsie, you are white. You haven't got a job.
Wow.
In South Africa, law states that from now on, companies must hire people of color as a priority. The consequence is that, just like Andre and his wife, many white people have found themselves without jobs. In this country, where benefits are practically non-existent, the downfall is brutal. The couple live in this corrugated iron house with a clay floor and struggle to have enough to eat.
So I'm going to make curry and rice now. I'm going to cook curry and rice for you guys, all of you.
Remember me? I'm very hungry.
Okay.
You know, me?
This time you're going to cook for us. I did. The other day I made pap and sauce and boors. So it was you? No wonder. It was so nice.
Once a week, Lee provides them with a generous
They're still so nice.
lunch.
Like, I don't know,
For
it's
many
funny.
of
White
them,
people
it'll
are funny.
be their
I
only
love
meal
us.
all day.
Is je honger? Ja.
Cutie, come to Brooklyn, you little baby. Can we not give these people asylum? If anyone's deserving, it's them.
Well, we're going to see for the children, let the children eat first. I'm going to try and stretch it as best I can with what we've got. But usually I can feed about 50 to 100. Rice and then with the little bit of meat and sauce.
Wow.
And they're like eating meat every day?
No, this is a luxury for them. They don't eat meat every day. Jaden is going for his third plate now. He wants more. Yeah.
The organization also provides them with food supplies, But as often happens, the distribution of it is interrupted by some uninvited guests. These men and women, who have come from a neighbouring shanty town, are members of a radical political party. Their hats bear the initials EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Oh, hey, I know y'all.
It's a movement whose aim is to give back the country's riches to black people. They say they have come in peace.
That means we are one. Despite the color, the blood is one, and we should take care of one another.
During this stirring speech, other members of the group take advantage of the distraction and steal some of the food. And they're not afraid to
Black people stealing? What?
show off their loot.
Oh my god, I'm shocked. You're in Africa? You don't fucking say.
They just came in here and took the poor people's food.
Wow.
You saw. We all saw it. He saw it. But yet we must not say a word because they are the ones that are previously disadvantaged, so it is owed to them, and we have to do restitution.
You say it's the same as us. We are one blood, so we are all the same together.
Yeah.
You are an international journalist, my darling. He'll say that. He's politically correct. They will never, ever admit on camera what's going on. Never.
So what's going on?
What's going on is reverse
What you just saw.
apartheid.
Stupid. God, people just act so dumb. I mean, this is just never okay. I don't know. Like, and this is going on over there. It's going on over here now. People think that they can just overtake and claim victimhood from sins that were never even perpetuated onto them. I mean, I just don't know where the sense of entitlement comes from. It's just these are dark times, guys. These are demonic, satanic, dark ass times. So keep your head on a swivel at all times, because this is what may be coming pretty soon to a town near you. And I mean, I think that a lot of these like whites that still live in South Africa, a lot of them are attached to the land. They're were born and raised there. They love that area. They love living there because that's where they're from. And so I can't fault them to a certain degree for staying, even though they're treated like shit and they're living in hell. But if any of them do want refugee status, these are the ones that we should give priority to. These are actual people who are being persecuted within their own countries, okay? Not just economic migrants who want to come here and suck us dry, okay? These are people that could actually prosper and do well and fit into our civilization, okay? And it's like, I hate to see people be treated like this. But one thing that did seem to work, and we'll take it out on this note here, when Western civilization is left to its own devices, okay? Here we have a video from History in Grayscale. Accomplishments of Western civilization when allowed self-determination. So, after this video, we'll get out of here, guys. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this topic and whether or not you think that this exists and what are your thoughts on it. Please, let me know.
Vous ne croyez à rien?
fucking goosebumps. Oh my god, what a beautiful video. So, y'all let me know, guys. Please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. That would mean everything to me, and I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all, take it easy. This is a hard one, but thank you guys. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. If you mix brilliance with bravery, that we can ignite something. Even this conversation alone can ignite the people.
The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.